Iman, speak to your mom, man. I know you delivered at the crib, right?
You seen the Men in Black scene when he...
Oh, I know where you're going with it.
The Men in Black.
Oh.
Everything about this, like y'all telling me I don't believe in aliens. Like, it's just like... yeah, I'm like, we might be the aliens. I'm like, we might be the aliens.
All right, so last month we gave our flowers to our black queens, our black mothers. It's no secret black moms have raised us, they've loved us, they nurtured us all our lives. But we couldn't forget about the fellas. I'm sitting here with some notable people who are not only doing great things in the industry, but are also great black flowers. To my left, I got Bow Wow, hip hop legend,
bro?
Mr. 106 himself. Appreciate you being here.
Nah, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Next up, we got NBA champion, artist, actor, great husband, man of many things, Iman Shumpert. Appreciate you being here, brother.
Good to see you.
For sure. Last but not least, I have Mr. Trinity Whiteside on the #1 show on the network, Sisters. Make sure you go watch it. Shout out to Tyler Perry. Appreciate you being here, brother.
Pleasure.
Absolutely, man. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about the trials and tribulations, and most importantly, what it means to be a black father. So I wanna take it back to day one, when you guys holding that child, that little baby, boy or girl, for the first time. Tell me what your reaction was when you found out, it's like, all right, like I'm really a father. Break down that moment, but I will start with you. Break down that moment for me.
I was like, this is real. Like, it was crazy for me. First time experience, you know, me not having my father in my life, I really didn't have no go-tos from a man's perspective as far as, you know, giving me the game on what I need to be doing. So everything for me was life. Life taught me how to be a father, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And it was amazing. Like, damn, like this is mine. And I get to raise her and guide her through life and teach her how to stay away from, you know, things, negative things, and guys like myself when I was growing up, when I had it, because I was wild. So this is all the things I'm thinking about in my head, like, yo, I'm definitely not about to let her grow up and be anything like, you know, the women I've encountered throughout my life. Like, I really got a responsibility. I mean, it was just everything that I ever wanted. You know what I mean? It was amazing. And then it went from, all right, when do the features start happening? When is she gonna, what's she gonna look like? My mama, or she gonna start looking like me? At first, my baby looked Asian, like Shy looked Asian when she came out. So I'm asking Joy, I'm like, yo, what's, wait a minute, like, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? What is going on?
You said your mama...
Yeah, with some Creole. So I'm like,
why?
What is going on? But it was just, it was a feeling that is, you can't even really describe. It was, you know, seeing me now, just going back to the time when I first looked at her in her eyes and when I picked him up from the hospital and took him home, it was just, like, it's on now. Like, life is here. It's time for me to get my shit in order, get my things together. And, you know, I got something that I got to live for other than just myself. And my daughter is now the #1 priority. It was one of the best, if not the, matter of fact, it was, and is to this day, the best feeling that I've ever felt in my life.
100%. And it definitely make you, like you said, that flip switch is like, yo, I got to lock in different.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Especially when you got a daughter. Like, it's I mean, you know, having a girl, especially raising them in this era that we in now with, you know, social media and all of this crazy stuff. I mean, it's a job. Yeah. It's a job outside of the job that we do. So,
yeah. For sure. Iman, speak to your mom, man. I know you delivered at the crib, right? So speak to that, like what all went into that, and like, you know, break down how you felt.
I mean, honestly, I only at the cookout have I described it like this before. But you seen the Men in Black scene when he...
Oh, I know where you're going with it.
The Men in Black. Oh. Go ahead. Break it down.
I mean, like the having her, like, cause they be goopy like that. Like, they really do be goopy and...
The Men in Black say, yeah, all right.
Be an honest I'll be an honest though.
You getting in the nitty gritty. I feel it though.
I'll be an honest though.
Yo, man. For anybody too young to see Men in Black, we'll give you a reference.
So yeah. But like when you be like looking like, one, you just be like, this is the most precious thing in the world. Two, I was thinking in that moment like, bro, y'all tried to scare me with this. Like, this the coolest, like, I don't know if I curse. This is the coolest shit I ever seen in my life. Like, she just spit out a whole human, like. And the cord looked fake, the umbilical cord looked fake. It's gonna look fake as hell. It's real. You know what I'm saying? Like everything about that shit look fake. I'm like, it don't look real at all. When you clamp it, detach it, I'm like, everything about this, like y'all telling me I don't believe in aliens. Like, it's just like, yeah, I'm like, we might be the aliens. I'm like, we might be the aliens. Somebody, other creatures might be the regular ones. Like, we might be the aliens, dog. That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's wild. Like, even when I took my daughter and put her on her mother's chest, and I saw them like suction cup on. I'm like, oh yeah, that's, you know what I mean? That's it. In Men in Black, that's it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's how it felt to me, because I was like, I've never seen that. I never saw, and I was trying to understand afterwards when I found out why you got to put the baby right on the chest. They got that heartbeat and the healing mechanism. To check the temperature of the baby. So if the baby's cold, the mother's breast will get warm. If you know what I'm saying, it'll cool them if they got a fever, which is why you always want to lay on your mama's chest. Even that, so I'm like, wow, y'all are superheroes. That's cool. Like, that's cool. We can't do that. Like, we just gonna burn the baby up. Baby just gonna get hot. Like, you hot, I'm hot. We uncomfortable. Like, we sweating now. I'm gonna hold you, but we sweating. But it was just cool. Like, being in that moment, I'm just like on the phone crying. Like, I'm trying to like talk to the emergency dispatch, and I'm just like, he like, she breathing. I'm like, yeah, I got her. Like, I ain't drop her. Like, she right here in my hands. Like, I got my daughter.
It's really a science to it, because like I remember when my son came out, so when all babies come out, you know, they're crying and whatnot, but like what calms them is them feeling their mother's heartbeat. So like when my son came out, he's like fussing and crying. I cut the cord, the nurse immediately just puts him, and like as soon as he went on his mama's chest, quiet. Peace. Like you could just see how at ease he is. His breathing just slows down, and they can feel it. They can feel. So that motherly love is really different. Like they feel that connection.
They like, okay, this was my crib.
Exactly.
I'm outside the crib. I'm on the porch right now.
Exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember in that moment seeing her just rest, and I'm just like wiping the sweat off her forehead, wiping her tears, and she's crying and like hugging him, and we like grouped in. We just hugging together, little group hugs, like you know what I'm saying? We just sitting there. So it's a beautiful moment. So now I'm glad that you broke down the science to that, because
that's crazy. I didn't think about that. It's just like that would bother anybody. You've been hearing that same heartbeat, and then you pop out, and then it's gone all of a sudden. It's like, I'm tweaking. Like, we all just, man, I didn't think about that. Fun fact, I learn something new every day.
We're so full facts over here.
Like, what was your Men in Black moment?
For me, it was just, when my son was born, he was born a couple months premature. So me and my wife didn't get that experience of getting to hold him and stuff like that, because he wasn't breathing properly. Your body, when you're born, is supposed to produce something called surfactant, which is something inside the lungs that keeps him from sticking together. So they noticed when he would take a breath in, his body would kind of stay because his lungs were sticking together. And so he had to go into an incubator for a few days. And that was probably the scariest moment in my entire life. And even though I had just met this person, I realized, okay, my life is no longer the most important life to me. And there's a realization that I now have a job that I can't afford to fail at. And so and the incredible thing about it is there's no thought process. It's not like it's something you have to think about and, well, I wonder if I'm gonna do this. You know instantly, anything I have to do for this tiny human being, I will do, no matter what it is. And so, like, having to watch him and live in that fear for so long, and even though, you know, they're like, he's gonna be fine, this is something we see all the time, it's still the fact that, you know, he's having an issue breathing. And anybody who's ever had an issue breathing knows how scary that can be. And so, for me, it was, I'm at the incubator all day long. All right, Mr. White said you need to go rest, get some sleep. I can't sleep because I need to make sure he's okay. And even though there's nothing I can do, I just feel like if I'm there, he'll be okay. And what I realized in hindsight was that I was already in father mode that quickly. It's like, I have to protect this person. I have to be there no matter what. But it kind of just, it changed my entire outlook on everything I did. Now, every decision I made, every choice I made, I had to think about this person and what impact it would have on them. And it kind of changed me entirely from who I was as a person, because I was wild. I was in trouble. I had been in trouble from school all the way up. And I'm like, I now realize this is not a lifestyle I can maintain when trying to be here for this person. So in actuality, looking back on it, I really feel like becoming a father actually saved my life.
Oh, that's deep, man. That's deep. And I can only imagine in that moment how helpless you feel.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it was, you know, even though at the time I wasn't educated as far as what all of that meant, I knew it was not normal. And so instantly I'm crying. You know, I'm crying and it's uncontrollable. And I'm like, what's going on here? Because all the emotion of now I'm a dad to now you get this news, and it was all overwhelming.
Because you can't throw yourself in the way.
Yes, exactly.
It's like you want to like just take over for him. Like I could do it for you. Like it just literally.
Yeah. And so, yeah, like
It's
you
your
said.
first time being helpless.
Yeah, helpless.
Yeah.
And it was, like I said, it was the scariest moment of my life.
No, for sure, for sure. And it's like that, again, that's a moment that you're not prepared for. You can never prepare for it as a parent, right? And that's honestly a good segue, because I was gonna ask you, toss it to the room here, like, as a dad, what was a moment that you just, you know, that you've experienced in your fatherhood journey that you weren't prepared for?
For me, is one that comes to mind that I never thought about, and this is like so left field, but for me, it was when my daughter would be with me, when it was like dad's turn to have her. I always was like, how's this bathroom situation gonna work when we out? And I'm like, okay, I remember I was going to eat, and she was like, Dad, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, damn. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, and you know, security can't take her. You know, I'm like, this is weird. I can't go in the women's bathroom. Like, how's this about to pop? Like,
Yeah, you're not used to this.
So at first it was, listen, you got to hold it until we get back to the house. You're gonna have to hold it. And I'm thinking like, she ain't no boy, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Dad, I can't. I'm like, listen, you're gonna have to hold it, all right?
You don't want to see that.
Yeah, so then dad instincts, right? We got these dad superpowers that click in. I'm like, you know what? Nah, hold on. We gotta, I'm not calling your mama. We about to figure this out. So for me, it was that. And then I remember just asking like the manager, like, yo, my daughter gotta use the bathroom. Can you clear it out, or maybe can you stand outside while I, you know? And that's what they had to do. So that was the like, oh damn, like I was not ready for that.
You know, when it comes to the bathroom, say, I got a son, right? So it's like, all right, it's easy. Like, you go to the bathroom, you handle your business just like me, right? But then it's like, when he got out of diapers, what I didn't think about is, you know, the number 2 stage, right? In public, right? Because you think about it, those toilets are made for grown people. They're not made for a kid who's 3 or 4 years old, bro. They too small. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? His mom, shout out to his mom, like she's super prepared. So when she would go out in public, she would always have the portable like infant toilet that could sit on top in the event he had to use in the public bathroom. Of course, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you, I don't be prepared like that. One day I left it in the backseat of the car, I forgot, we in Outback chilling, and he like, Dad, I gotta do number 2. And I'm like, damn, I forgot the seat. Like I ain't got it with me. So we going Outback. I'm literally having like just hold him up over the toilet and let him just handle his business. I ain't even gonna hold you. That was my only time I ever made that mistake. And the S-H-I-T getting everywhere. Cause he moving, he fidgeting, so it's like falling out. I'm sitting up here Outback like this, holding him. I'm like, bro, just be still, just let it out. And he like, all right. And he just letting it run out. And it's like, bro.
Wrap that toilet up like 8 times, set his ass right on there, hold it right there.
Was it Outback looking crazy? I know people that's coming to the bathroom like, what these people got going on in here? You know what I'm saying? Cause he had ate something, so his stomach all messed up. Yeah. So it's like, but like, you know what I'm saying? Even though he was a boy, like that's things you're not even thinking about. Like I'm not even thinking about bringing the inventory.
He gonna wake up to that wrestling for telling that story. He couldn't wake up to the wrestling for telling that story. Like, that was bad. He gonna come off the top of the dresser on you. All that.
Quick DDT.
When you think about like, you know, the mother and the father, it's a team effort. It's a unit. Where our mothers, they nurture us, they love us. We do that too in our own right, but I think that's where a Black father steps in, is that protection, that reliability, that safe space. Creating that in the household is essential, I think, for young girls and boys growing up. So I wanna give y'all flowers for doing that for y'all respective kids.
Right.
Absolutely, man. Bow, like for you, like you have an interesting perspective as well as an artist, but then you had a lot of mentors and like big brothers growing up in your career. So I'm curious, anybody that, you know what I'm saying, that you close to, that you kind of looked up to as a father figure?
It probably have to be like Jermaine Dupri, probably be like JD and Snoop for the most part. You know, Jermaine's a father of two daughters. You know, I was kind of like the son that he always wanted, you know what I'm saying? And then the Snoop would probably tell you the same thing. And to watch Snoop now, to see where he started out as and then where he's at now with family, and you know, he's just big on that and been married to the same woman his whole life. You know what I'm saying? That right there is very rare in hip hop that you get that.
Like I want to touch back with JD. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know he's been pivotal in your career. You guys have a great relationship. Cause like, just share an example of like just how like as a father now you think back and like, damn, I remember JD used to handle things like this or whatever.
Oh man. I'm trying to like, I don't want to like go too crazy on JD, cause JD really wasn't a perfect father, like, you know what I'm saying, growing up. So, you know, but cause a lot of his things rubbed off on me. It's kind of like what you said, bro. Like younger me was wild. I'm like, I want all the girls JD had. I'm headed down the same path. Oh, you had it, man? Okay, so all right, I'm about to do the same thing. Okay. But yeah, it was. I mean, for me, it was just watching him. I guess because he came first, and when he had Shania, he was just always there. You know, me watching him show up to things and birthday parties, he was always there for. And I can go ahead and give him that. He was I would say, out of my life, he was the person that kind of laid down the blueprint for when the day came when it was my time to have kids, to do those exact same things. And Jermaine's a wonderful father. Yeah. Like there's not a blemish, nothing, a scratch on his resume when it comes to being a father. So I can honestly say Jermaine was probably like the first real person in my life that I seen kind of lay that foundation down. And it was like, okay, cool, I know what to do if it comes up. It's just that, you know, you're supposed to be able to go to your pops and be able to talk to him. Being that Jermaine was kind of like that father figure in my life, he just ain't the best communicator to talk to. So it's like, yo, JD, I got this girl ready, what's going on with? Oh, shit, just put about $1 million in her account, just get ready. Yeah. Like, put $1 million, yeah, y'all together? He's a little rough. Oh yeah, you're going to child support. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Check this out, man. Just go ahead and put $1 million in the account and just get ready, man. Just put it, don't touch it, just put it. So like that's the like damn, I don't want like damn, bro, you telling me like that? Yeah, just warning you, that's what it is. So it's like Jermaine wasn't like the best person to go to for the advice, because even life was still teaching him. So it was like, you know, but it was enough. And then of course, like I said, you know, I had Snoop to go call and other cats that I could get it from. But also, like I said, life is sometimes the best teacher. You know, you got to go through things in order to know what's really going on. So yeah, I turned out good. So
nah, for sure, man. And shout out to JD, man. Nah, definitely glad. And you made a good point. It's like so I lost my dad when I was 18, first week of college. You know, I had a heart attack, passed away.
Sorry.
So, but I'm 31 now, and my dad, you know, has been gone for over a decade now. Rest in peace. But it's like I found myself, even as an adult now, he's not here. The way I carry myself, the way I approach myself at work, even the way I treat my women, even the way I treat my woman, you know what I'm saying? Like I do it like my father would do it. Like I remember the way he treated my mom, how he used to court her, you know, buy her flowers, give her words of affirmation. Her birthdays will always be a big thing. Mother's Day was always a big thing. Like my daddy would go all out and like show her flowers, you know what I'm saying? And it's like for me, I do that same thing when I'm in a relationship, like always make sure like I'm courting, words of affirmation, being affectionate, showing love, because that's what I saw my dad do. When I come to work, I'm on time. I try to be respectful to my teammates, everything like that. That's what my dad did. Like my dad's been gone over a decade, and his friends still show me love. You can still hear about him in the community long after he's gone. So that legacy, so for me, as a young black man, it's like, all right, I want that same legacy. Like when I'm dead and gone, I want people to still be talking about me. We think about Nipsey, shout out to Nipsey, like, we still talking about Nipsey because of the legacy he set. And his kids were mad young when he passed away. And his son, when he gets to be an adult, he's gonna like know so much about his dad because the whole world like respects him. Right on. And I think that's like that's probably one of the best gifts that my dad ever gave me. Like, you know, even though he's not even here, it's just the legacy he left and just the standard that he set for as a man. And I think that's essential. All right, so now we're about to get into some quick takes. We're gonna play a little rapid fire with you guys, all right? So we got these cards laid out.
I'm nervous.
All right, we're gonna have some fun with it, you know what I mean? So each one of us, I'll start first. We'll pull a card, I want you guys to read it, and we'll give some quick reacts, all right?
All right, let's do it.
So I'm gonna go first, see what we got here. All right, what do you love about having a black woman as the mother of your child?
Oh, as the mother of my child. Okay.
For me, I'm just thankful because I feel like a black woman, again, is loving, nurturing, that tender love and care that you don't get. A black woman is a protector. A lot of times they're the strongest woman in the household, so I just appreciate and love that. So shout out to my son's mom.
For me, it was just having the strongest human being on earth raise your children and knowing that she was able to push me beyond my own personal limitations. I can only imagine what she's gonna be able to do for our children, you know? So whatever limitations they're born with, that they have on their own, I know that I have someone in the house who can push them beyond that.
Come on.
Respect
Come
that.
on. Can you be outside and still be a good dad?
They should have gave me that one. That's
Matter of fact, go ahead and hand that one.
that should have been mine.
I mean, they shuffle the cars around. Hold on, but you can't be. You
And still be,
I think I was supposed to sit there.
You can be mad. You can be mad and still be outside. Yeah.
Hell yeah, you can.
I agree.
My
Absolutely.
kids be outside with me.
Facts. My son be at homecoming. He at the homecoming games. Everything.
I ain't gonna lie. My kid has been allowed to do a little bit too much. I ain't gonna lie. Like, we do allow our kids to do a little. They be overdoing it sometimes, bro. It be like, bro, it's late. It's a function going on. It's a weekend. It's cool and everything, and everybody know you, and it's cute.
Yeah.
But the whole dance routine while we all sauced is like, it's out. Like, it's gotta stop.
I'm outside I'm outside every day. I'm outside every day. It's a part of the job. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show up to the club, you gotta get the bag. You know, it just so happens that dad's office just is at 12 midnight to sometimes 6. But I'm still there to make sure, you know, school is right. Homework is done before I get out. Absolutely. Like you say, you just gotta find the time
gotta check the
to
boxes
do
off.
your stuff. Yeah, and I feel
It's
good.
time management.
And I feel good though. Like when all that stuff is done and I go out, I feel good because I'm like, all right, I deserve this 42 in this Class Azul.
What does being a black father mean to you? That for me, that's an easy. Everything, because I think we have such a poor reputation, and it's what we've come to find is not true. All of my friends are present black fathers. And I don't mean present as in just in the house. I mean, they're involved in their children's lives from point A to point B. And so, you know, I've been called a lot of things in my life, some good, some bad, but nothing ever will top being called a dad. And the fact that I'm a representation of something that's gotten such a bad rap, it means everything to me, because we're finally at a time, especially through social media, where we're able to change that narrative that's been portrayed for so long that we've come to find out now just isn't the case.
I mean, I think being a father just means everything to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for BET because, you know, for me, like I'm on set with y'all right now. They about to pay for my flight. I'm about to go pick my son up from school in the morning. And it's like, I appreciate them because a lot of jobs wouldn't do that. And for me, you know, being young in my career, being a dad, they support me. Like anytime I want to get home, they let me. They support me in that. I get to work remotely. So like, we're not just a company that like talks about it. They're actually for the culture, and they actually believe in black parents and believe in black dads. So I appreciate, you know, BET just for the support and the love over the years. Awesome. And, you know, I want to give y'all flowers for managing a lot, but you guys are being great dads. So shout out to all the black fathers out there. We love y'all. Absolutely.
All of it, man.
Check it out, man. To all my young fellas out there. This is your first rodeo on becoming a father. Listen, first of all, congratulations. All right, my piece of advice to you is have patience. Patience is like the key thing. It's gonna be times where it's gonna get hard. You know, you're gonna have self-doubt. You're gonna be doubting your father's skills. Listen, through time, everything plays out right. Be present. Be the protector. And just be the leader, man. You know, the role of a father is very, very, very important in your kids' lives, man. And you want to be present for that. And like I said, sometimes if things can get a little bit too complicated, you need that extra help. It's okay to get a therapist at times if you need somebody to talk to. It's okay to call for advice. It's okay to call uncles, your own fathers, and people that have been in this situation before. And understand this, what you don't know or the facts that you won't get, life will teach you just by living yourself and walking down your own path. So from me to you, congratulations, and do your thing. That's all I got to say.
Advice to you, you're about to be a dad. Becoming a father is a huge responsibility, but it is the best ride of your life. All the nervousness is a good thing. It means you care. It means you care and you're willing to do anything. It's just you don't really know what you have to do yet. And that's always a good thing. It's times you're gonna question if that's a bad thing or if you're weak or if you're not doing something right, but that nervous feeling is always a good feeling. The nervous system always go off before you do something great. I know that from playing ball. But, yeah, never feel like you're doing it wrong. Just feel like you're doing it your way, at your time, and at your child's time. I wish you luck, I wish you well. And yeah, you ain't gonna understand what I mean until you got your kid right here in your hands, man. Enjoy your Men in Black moment. Happy Father's Day.
First off, congratulations. You're soon to become a father. A few things that I would tell you along the way is give yourself grace. There's no such thing as a perfect parent because there's no such thing as a perfect child. There's gonna be mistakes made, there are gonna be feelings hurt, and that's okay, that's part of the journey. All of this is meant to teach you how to become a father. No one is born knowing how to be a father, and so it's kind of a trial by error. We learn as we grow. But what I will say is that you need to understand that presence will always be more valuable to your child than the presence. And what I mean by that is once your children are grown and you have those conversations, when you look back and you think about all the things that you've been through with raising them and them growing up, they're never gonna mention the toys you bought them or the presents they got or anything like that. They're gonna think back and say, you remember when you were at my football game, or you remember when you took me to my dance recital. So if you're gonna be anything in your child's life, be present. Good luck.